Anyway, folks, speaking of mind-numbing, I've been avoiding talking about this trucker bullshit in Canada because to me, I just don't care. But up until this point, because now I care, right? So like now it has gotten to the point where I'm going to talk about it. And so now again, this is a very funny tweet here from Sarah Carter, right? And then I'm going to play this clip. So I want to read this tweet and then I want to play this clip. I'm sorry, I've got like some acidic response to this coffee. But anyway, hashtag Canada has fallen. We need to pay attention to this. Basically, what the Deputy PM is saying is that Canadians have no right to peaceful protest, and nothing is actually in their control. Not their bodies, not their property, not their finances. Basically, freedom is an illusion. Now that I agree with. I agree with this. I just want to say, I agree with this. Freedom is an illusion, right? There is no such thing as freedom. You don't own your house. Try not paying your property tax. You don't own anything in your home. Try not paying your actual, like, you know, your income taxes. You will have fucking people knock at the door and steal your shit. You own nothing. You own nothing in this world. The rich owns everything. You own nothing. That being said, now again, I don't support these truckers. These truckers are mostly funded by American billionaires, right? To just fuck around and create some viral news story, right? It's garbage. The trucker bullshit is garbage. And I have a very, interesting opinion on this announcement of the Emergencies Act. I think it's good that let me just play this. I think it's good that the Canadian government is cracking down. That being said, I'm not necessarily convinced that this is the best way to do so. So let's watch.
This is about following the money. This is about stopping the financing of these illegal blockades. We are today serving notice. If your truck is being used in these illegal blockades, your corporate accounts will be frozen. The insurance on your vehicle will be suspended. Send your semi-trailers home. The Canadian economy needs them to be doing legitimate work.
So again, there's also a longer video. Let me get this. There's a longer video where the Deputy Prime Minister says that all bank accounts are frozen. So I want to get to that.
Advising Canadian financial institutions to temporarily cease providing financial services where the institution suspects that an account is being used to further the illegal blockades.
So again, they're freezing people's bank accounts if they've donated over $25 to this bullshit fucking trucker nonsense. Now again, I would just want to be very clear. The people doing the trucker bullshit are dumb motherfucker, neo-Nazi asshole pricks, okay? The people funding it are mostly American billionaires, right? Like Coke money is huge in this shit, right? Again, that's a huge problem. Now, I don't think that this is the best solution. I will be honest with you. I don't think that this is the best solution. Freezing people's bank accounts is not the best solution to this because there's going to be people that are going to be caught up in a lot of problems with this. Maybe they donated $25 or $28, right, like a month ago, right, before this became a huge thing, and they thought, oh, well, I support again, the idea that you're going to have your bank account frozen because a month ago you got duped into giving them money on like a GoFundMe, to me, that's a problem. And again, you should target the rich people funding this. I have no problem with targeting the trucker companies, personally. The people that are loaning their trucks to this and loaning their... I have no problem with targeting the companies involved. I have no problem targeting the rich involved in this nonsense. But the idea that poor people are going to be swept up in this, again, I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I'm going to be honest. I don't like it at all. And it also sets a really bad precedent. And again, the right is going to feed off of this. That's another problem. is that the right is going to feed off of this. Right? They're going to be like, again, like the hashtag Canada has fallen. Like it's a movie. It's an action movie. Right? Now, again, I don't care at all about the truckers or whatever. Like, I don't even like using the term trucker, to be honest with you. Because not, like, this is like a very small, like, I don't want to paint a broad brush and say all truckers are like this, or truckers, you know, because it's not truckers that are doing this. It's a small portion of people that are mostly paid by American billionaires, right? This isn't a peaceful protest. And also, again, protesting, like, it depends on what you're protesting. The heart of this is they're protesting COVID restrictions. That's ridiculous. We need COVID restrictions. There's a deadly fucking pandemic going on, and it is killing an extremely large amount of people at an extremely high rate. Now, again, if the context were different and they were doing this against police brutality or against Canadians, treatment of indigenous populations or against oil pipelines, and then the same thing that happened, like, they used the Emergencies Act or whatever, I would be 100% opposed. Now, again, and that's why I have to say that, again, I think that the Canadian government should do something about it. I do not agree that this is the best solution. I do not agree that this is the best solution at all, because it opens the door for, like, let's say that there is a protest against oil pipelines or police brutality or something like that. And are they going to do this again? I don't know. That to me, I don't like the precedent at all. But again, the other thing is right-wingers are going to be feeding off of this, and it's going to be like they're going to make even more money from this. They're going to make even more money from this. And also, unless the United States government does something, which at this point they haven't, it doesn't matter. Because American billionaires are the ones funding this whole fucking bullshit. Right? So why punish poor people who got duped online because they're dumb? Right? Why punish them and not the rich? Right? Like, you should be in concert with the United States government to target the American billionaires that are funding this blockade. That's my preference. If the government's going to act, that's how they should do it. They should, because this is a top-down movement. This is not a grassroots uprising. It's not. It is funded by American billionaires. And those are the targets. Now, again, the people participating in the actual blockades, those quote-unquote truckers, yeah, fuck them. I don't care. I'm going to be honest, fuck them. But the idea that I don't feel comfortable with the idea that someone donating $26, now, let's even say it's like a shared account. Like, let's say it's like a joint account, like a husband and wife, right? And the husband is a little bit weird and, like, donated $27 online. Yeah, they got duped, whatever. Maybe they were drunk and they just, I want to support freedom or, whatever. People can make dumb decisions. It's allowed. And then, the wife goes to buy fucking baby food and then boom, their card doesn't work because their account's frozen. To me, that's weird. That's strange. I'm not comfortable with it. So again, I would target the big funding. I would freeze the accounts that are actually paying for things. Right? Like, if the account is being used to actually buy things that are funding this blockade, all right, target those accounts. But the idea that they're going to target accounts that have donated to these, to me, that's just weird. It's strange. But again, The trucker bullshit is dumb. It's ridiculous. Like, anyone who's, like, supporting the freedom convoy, because there's, like, one in America, there's some in Europe now. If you're supporting these freedom convoys, you're a fucking loser. You're a loser. It's just, you're a loser. This isn't about freedom. The same people who support Kyle Rittenhouse are the ones doing this freedom bullshit, convoy nonsense, the trucker nonsense. They support Kyle Rittenhouse. Why? Because Kyle Rittenhouse killed rioters and looters. Rioters and looters got gunned down by Kyle, the Kenosha Kid. And now they're whining about peaceful protests because they're doing a fucking stupid COVID nonsense. Fuck them. Fuck them. This isn't about peaceful protest. This is about stupidity, selfishness, greed. And it's all a giant fucking game. This is theater funded by American billionaires to distract from real problems that are actually plaguing this society. I'm more concerned with orphans related to the pandemic. I'm more concerned with, I don't know, maybe there's a World War III going on. I'm more concerned with the fact that the child tax credit has elapsed in the U.S. I'm more concerned with police brutality. I'm more concerned with all these things that actually inhibit our freedoms. I'm more concerned with the fact that there's not a high minimum wage. I'm more concerned with the fact that, this COVID restrictions destroying the world. It's a fantasy. It's a fantasy. And again, but I also don't agree with the idea of freezing small bank accounts. I just think it's a bad idea. But other than that, I agree with targeting the rich people funding this. I agree with targeting the individuals doing this. I hope, I'm not a supporter of punitive punishment. But again, these people are ridiculous, and they're also destroying the economy. Another thing, note, they're blocking trade with America. The United States of America, right? So what is this going to be doing? Why are American billionaires funding this thing? Because what it's going to do is give us another excuse to raise prices. Corporations are going to inflate prices even more. Inflation! The supply chain, motherfucker! The goddamn supply chain is going to be fucked up even more, which means the corporations are going to have an even better excuse to jack fucking prices up for everything and price gouge people on daily necessities like fucking food. So again, that's the net effect here. Is poor people are going to have to pay more money for basic survival. So I don't support these freedom convoy bullshit motherfuckers, okay? And I wish that the government would do a better job at dealing with it. I really do. Because honestly, all this is doing is fueling the right at this point. Revoke the insurance of offending trucks. That makes sense. Exactly. Freeze the trucks. Take their property. As far as I'm concerned, the company's property. Right? The companies that are funding this. Right? The rich people that are funding this. Go after them. Hell. Go after the people participating. Going after people driving the trucks. I just don't agree with going after people that have been duped by misinformation and disinformation online. To me, that seems a little bit too much. And that's just, that's just a little bit too much for me. But again, what is the effect of these freedom convoys? The rich are going to be fine. Oh, wow. Bread prices went up 30%. I'm a fucking billionaire, bro. It doesn't affect me. Wow, I got cut back. I lost 7 hours on my work schedule this week, and bread has gone up 30%. Fuck. Looks like I can't eat. Looks like I'm going to have to starve so that my kid has a meal. Right, those are the people that are affected by this. In my opinion. But again, I do think it is an important lesson here, though. There is no such thing as freedom. There is no freedom. You don't own anything. The rich own you. You are property, and the rich owns you. No matter where you live in this whole world, you are property of the rich. They have designed an elaborate game board to make you think that you have freedom. You don't have freedom. You have nothing. I have been engaged in peaceful protests. And I have experienced state repression for actually engaging in peaceful protests against police brutality. I had police stalking me. I had to deal with legal cases. I learned that there is no such thing as freedom. There is no freedom in this world that we live in. The idea that people think that there is freedom is ridiculous to me. So, hey, I'm just throwing that out there. Just throwing that out there. I don't think, and this is another reason why I don't support banks, right? Because, hey, I'm just saying, I don't like banks. Hey, I've had issues with banks closing my accounts before. Not interested, I'm sorry. But anyway, fuck the Freedom Convoy. Fuck the fucking Nazi-ass truckers. Fuck the Koch brother. Singular. Fuck billionaires. Fuck the rich. Fuck these trucker companies. But let's be honest. Let's not fuck random people who got duped into giving them money a month ago. Let's be honest. That's a little bit too much. That's my opinion. Hashtag Canada has fallen, folks. It is over. It's done. Canada's gone. It's been blipped off the map. It's gone. Anyway, folks, talking about some complex subjects today. Got some complex subjects. You know how some people say subject? They go subject.